Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my NHL 20 franchise mode here in the state of hockey. In the previous episode, we finished up the 2020 offseason, and you know what? It went as I had expected it. Some people might have thought, go out there and acquire Pietrangelo, go out there and acquire Dadonov, go out there and pull the big stops, maybe Holtby. I have a plan for this team. I would totally love to go out there and acquire guys like Holtby, all those big stars. We could have totally built this team up, and we would probably be pretty solid this year. But at what cost? We have 6 first-round picks this year. Yes, 6. I don't plan on keeping all of them. I kind of want to know by the end of this episode where all of them lie, where all the picks. You'll be able to tell the contenders to pretenders. Maybe a few teams will fall under the radar, and a few of the picks that we have will become lottery picks. And this draft is gonna be big for us. There are a few players that I want to get my hands on this year, next year, the year after. I don't want this team to be just morally drained, but I also want to rebuild and rebuild properly. I want a top 3 pick this year, and I will have nothing but a top 3 pick this year. We need it. We can't fall just short of a playoff spot. No. We're not that kind of team, and I see my lineup. There's a lot of young kids on it that are going to make a difference. This team might be better this year than it was last. There are a few places that are weaker, but all around I really like this team. Guys like Mayhew, guys like Fiala. Parise still not a terrible player. Greenway, Kunin. There's a lot of guys that I'm putting my trust into, but let's talk about the draft. The draft is the most important thing this year. Anything else? The trade deadline isn't even as important. Obviously, I want to make moves if need be, especially with those picks. Maybe we move around 2 firsts for a big prospect near the trade deadline. You never know. But the draft. Let's check out. And you know what? It's not Aturati. It is Alexei Pietrangelo. You heard it here first, folks. The first overall pick in the 2021 2021 NHL entry draft is a Russian forward playing in America. Now, I'm putting a comment on the screen. Please, Owen, put the comment on the screen. Just let it roll while I'm talking. Now, one of my biggest. No, that's not the way to put it. One of a person who comes back to my videos and always comments is here daily, and each and every one of you. I'm not just pointing out one person because I like them more than everybody else, but this guy put everything into his created player, and that's why he's projected to be the first overall pick. He put in so much detail. He put in friggin' what he wears, right? Skates, his stick, all that jazz, and it's so incredible that somebody would take their time out of the day to write that down and post it. It's incredible to me, and that's why Pietrangelo is probably going to be the first overall pick. Aturati is the high elite, so what does that mean Pietrangelo is? I'm not sure. Is he just a higher overall? Maybe he's a franchise. I guess we'll find out in due time, but Aturati, I did mess up last franchise mode. Aturati should have been a higher overall or higher potential matter, or a matter of speaking, right? He's projected to be the first overall pick in 2021 anyways. And then you guys have guys like Brant Clark, Aguchi, a few other creative players like Blodker and Von Stieg, and a few other ones like Slychuk, Francisco, LaRoche, or LaRoche. I'm pretty sure I'm right. There's a few of them this year. There's a few guys that I'm so excited to hop in the league. Obviously, it starts getting progressively. I don't want to just throw 99 players into the draft year 1 and 2. I want to lean them in. Next year, it gets crazy. But this year, we have 3 players that I am totally down for having. Clark, Aturati, and Petrangelov. I thought Aturati was a centerman. Is he not? I guess he's not. But you have goalies in this draft. You have defensemen. You have wingers. You have centermen that you can go after. Computer-generated guys like Lou McCullum from I can't recall what kind of flag that is. Nope. I'm not even gonna guess. I'm not even gonna try. Slychuk is a beast. There's a few guys that I'm like, hey, imagination, and I threw them into the drafts. And it's going to get crazy, but obviously I'm aiming at a top 3 pick this year. And every other pick, I don't plan on drafting 18 players in the first round. No, 1, 2, maybe 3 picks in the first round this year, max. And all the other picks that I have, I want to put to good use. Maybe get some NHL talent or young guys on this team. But speaking of this team, let's check out the 2020-2021 Minnesota Wild. And the biggest gem on this team, Kirill Kaprizov, coming off of a fantastic AHL season last year, one of the best AHL seasons of all time. 64 goals, might be the most in AHL history, if I'm not mistaken. It was pretty hard to Google. I tried for like 30 minutes, and I'm like, I give up. I give up. It's too complicated. 76 games, 64 goals with the Iowa Wild. Minus 21, though, just showed how bad they were last year. He had 35 power play goals, 9-game winners. He's an absolute beast. There's no question about that. He's going to lead this team into the future. And if we're going to be competitive pretty soon, Kirill Kaprizov is going to have to make a step, maybe contend for a Calder this year, which is kind of the reason I kept him out of the lineup last year, just so he could tank. But this year, he needs to play. And he's playing with guys like Luke Kunin, Wayne Simmons, who we acquired in free agency. He's coming over to Minnesota trying to prove himself as a quality NHL depth player. Maybe we swing him during the trade deadline, and he has a bit more trade value because he went up in overall, playing with guys like Kaprizov and Kunin. It's Kunin's year to step up. 22 years of age, not the best season last year, 24 points on the 4th line. It's not too shabby, so he's going to get a big role with Kaprizov, and Kaprizov is the guy that I'm looking out for the most this year. And I neglected the first line. I just wanted to get Kaprizov out of the way. Your first line center for year number 2, Gerald Mayhew. Jerry, I'm pretty sure it's one of the two. How there's plenty of ways to spell Jerry, and it's probably Jerry. Right? Jerry, no, Gary, no. Well, Mayhew. Mayhew came off of a 30-goal campaign last year on a pretty mediocre Minnesota team. 65 points, just what I was asking for. He was at, an 80 overall. To start the season last year, we gave him the high top 9. He's 27 now. He's up to an 83. He's got a lot of trade value. And we're obviously going to talk about the trade block. I threw a few pieces on there. We got really young really quick on this team. Like, it took one season to get rid of all the 27 and up players, which is just nuts, or the majority, because Zach Parise, the Albatross contract, 36 years of age, 5 more years, so we're hoping he retires in 1 or 2 years. That's best case scenario is 1, and anything after, it just gets worse for us. So if we can like save $7 million and head into free agency with plenty of money to spend, oh man, that would be sick. But the young stud in Kevin Fiala, 24 years of age, top 6 potential, had a fantastic season last year, 62 points, his best season ever. Now he's playing with the sniper, a playmaker and a snipe. I'm pretty sure Kevin Fiala is a sniper if I'm not mistaken. Whatever. You got 2 really offensively talented players and Zach Parise. Zach Parise being the vet on that line should really hunker them down. And, I mean, Donato actually went up, so I'm actually going to... Yeah, Donato on that third line. Am I stupid or something? Yeah, Donato on that third... Stupid, Owen, stupid. He was a 79 for quite a long time. So he went up to an 82. That is huge to see. Ryan Donato, 24 years of age, can still grow to be a great third-line center for this team. Now you got guys like Greenway, who is 23, Donato, who's 24, and Ryan Reeves, who I brought in for protection to play alongside these 2 guys. He's just going to rough up the entire league for Minnesota. It's Goon Squad 2020, okay? But Greenway, it's time to prove it. Donato, it's time to prove it. I mean, we signed Greenway to, like, what, an 8-year deal. If he can be our third line left winger for the rest of his career, I'm okay with that. But if he can grow a bit more, of course I'm going to be happy with that. Fourth line is kind of just the throwaway line. You got Marcus Foligno, Adam Lowry, who is a solid NHL center for us. I believe we got him in a trade with Winnipeg when we got Ville Heinola. And then you got Ryan Hartman. And they got the +1 there on the fourth line, so no negatives, which is good. Defense. Ryan Sutter and Matt Dumba, they got the +3. And the second pairing in Ville Heinola and Radko Gudas, I freaking knew it. These 2 guys would be great together. Radko Gudas is going to protect Ville Heinola the entire season, no doubt about it. But then the third pairing is the complete opposite, a -3. Eric Goodbranson, who is not an NHL defenseman anymore. When was he really an NHL defenseman? 78 overall. Greg Pattern, not really good at defense. They're a -3. I'm just happy that Gudas and Heinola and Sutter and Dumba are +3s, which, that's nice to see. I'm surprised about that, but getting the new coach really helps this team, okay? But then we get to goaltending. You got Linus Ullmark, who's 27, and an irrational decision, but I decided to keep Kakkonen out of the lineup and keep him in the AHL for 1 more year, just so the AHL squad can have a fantastic goalie tandem there. Ullmark, he's just kind of the scapegoat this season. He's not going to save us. And Barry Bow, 21 years of age. He's a low fringe starter. I just threw him in there to help with the tank. Might as well, right? Scratch players, you got Sam Anas and Fedor Gordeev forever. Oh, I love him. Fedor Gordeev. Gotta love him. And I'll show you the special teams. Might as well. You get Kaprizov and Kaprizov. You know what I thought? You know what? We did that in the AHL last season. Kaprizov, go off and win the Calder this year. It's worked for me in years past when I had Woodworth in Columbus just playing first and second line power play time. So maybe he goes out there and has a 30-goal campaign, and that's what we need him to have this year. Okay, and it's a decent power play unit. 4-man's looking like that. Penalty kill's not even looking that shabby. It's looking pretty solid, actually. 3-man's looking good as well. Ville Heinola is getting plenty of extra line time just so he can grow a bit. I was warned that he doesn't grow too much in franchise mode, but I'm hoping that we break the curse Gerald Mayhew, Kaprizov, the 4-on-4 lines, not looking too shabby. Looking like that. 3-man's looking like that. Extra attacker, I got Matt Dumba and Kaprizov out there. Kaprizov, we need him to go off this season. I don't want us to be competitive, but I also want everybody to have small victories this year. Shootout is like that. Now, that is the NHL squad. Now, I would say this is a solid team. I think we could split the season 40-40, or 41-41 if you want to get exact. This isn't the worst team I've ever seen. I think it's going to come down to that goaltending situation, or it's not a situation. It was a predetermined situation. I did it to myself, really. But this isn't a bad squad. I have worked with worse, but line chemistry doesn't seem to be bad. New head coach, we could compete, but at the end of the day, I don't want us to. Okay, let's talk about the AHL squad. Now, this is interesting. The AHL. We have a lot of prospects and a lot of hope and a lot of magic beans thrown in here into Iowa. I made sure that this team is looking stacked. I want them to play as many postseason games as possible, because I want these young guys to get a shot at winning, because they're not going to be able to do this or do that with Minnesota this year, because I don't think Minnesota is going to be the greatest. You have Nils Hoglander, who came over to Minnesota in a trade with Vancouver. I believe we traded them Spurgeon for Nils Hoglander, a first. And I think we sent them something else too. Dubnik? No. Maybe? I can't really... It's a fog right now. But we got Nils Hoglander in a first from Vancouver. Nils Hoglander is going to be good. I think he's going to be a solid left winger for us in the future, especially when maybe Greenway doesn't turn out very well. Maybe when Fiala digresses. Nils Hoglander is going to fit into the lineup. Then you got Strum, who's a solid centerman, and our, I believe, 6th overall pick in the previous draft, 18 years of age. He is a sniper. It is Lucas Raymond out of Sweden. What a beauty. We got a super Swede. I like him. I think he's going to fit really well into this line. I mean, you got a playmaker in Nils Hoglander, if I'm not mistaken. You got Strum, who's a solid center, and you got Lucas Raymond. They got the +1 there. Second line, you got Dumont. You got Matthew Boldy, who's taking a step, 73 overall, 19 years of age. So give him 1, maybe 2 years more in the AHL, and he'll be ready to go in the NHL. Our left wing side, going into the future, is looking really solid. Then you got Martin Furk, who we did sign to an NHL deal, but I don't plan on bringing him up during the season. So he's just going to ride out the season here in Iowa to hopefully help them produce. The third line, the biggest piece here is Boris Habibulin. Okay, he's coming out of Russia. It said he was from Russia. Boris Habibulin. You got Laminko, and you got Giselle. Victor and Giselle. I'm so sorry, I butchered that. Boris is going to be a beauty. 6'3", 18 years of age. 68 overall. He's getting plenty of special team unit time. This kid is going to be special. If we want our center core to get better, and we need a solid center going into the future to play third, fourth line time to just be that stud for us, it's going to be Boris Habibulin. He's going to be the guy. Fourth line, you got Connor Dewar, who's got that high top 9 potential, so hopefully he grows, or maybe he's a trade asset. You never know. You got Zykov, and you got Albin Eriksson, who we just picked up in free agency for nothing at all. We got a free top 6 potential left winger who's a righty who could just transition over to the right if we need him, which is just sick. Maybe a trade asset in the future, but he's a decent overall, a decent age. You never know. Defense. Marcus Mironov, the 4th overall pick in the 2020 NHL draft. I did decide to keep him in the AHL this year. He's playing so much time. He's getting power play. He's getting penalty kill. He's playing all the time in the world. He's getting a big role with Iowa, and I want them to succeed. But he's the most notable defenseman on the AHL squad. I mean, he's playing with some solid defensemen too, which is a good thing. I mean, they'll go down to +0. So you got Simone Johansson, who isn't bad, but I just thought I'd get a young guy into the lineup. And then we can go to goaltending here. We got Capo Kakkonen, who is going to be the starter there in Iowa. Hopefully he has a good year. I want Iowa to succeed this year. Obviously, we have Dustin Byfuglien. $7 million, just keeping our cap at the floor. A few guys here that could be trade assets, but nothing super important. Now, I keep neglecting to address how we traded our captain last year in Mikko Koivu, but before I get to that, I need to name a captain in the AHL. It's gonna be the 4th overall pick, the first pick for Minnesota last year. It's gonna be Marcus Mironov. Now the NHL is a different question. We traded away Mikko Koivu. There is no point in giving a captain right now. Maybe we see somebody rise from the ashes. But right now we're rocking Ryan Sutter and Matt Dumba as assistant captains, and then you got the young guy. You could potentially give it to Parise or maybe a Mayhew, but I thought let's give it to the young guy and Kevin Fiala. But those assistant captains can change around pretty soon. But we will name a captain in some time, but we're already 20 minutes into this episode. Might as well start simming this season. It's going to be interesting. I did cheese the trade block. I put a few guys on there. Obviously, we will discuss that. We're getting trades right away. So because I do want to move a few assets and potentially get a few things. We got Michael McNiven, 23, 75 overall. You do get a first-round pick. Mayhew, nah, I'm not feeling that trade. If there's anything else out there, any other teams, maybe 2 firsts for Mayhew, we could potentially do that. Cole Lind, that's a nice righty prospect, but no thank you. I'm looking for first-round picks. Tarasov. I remember having him in Columbus. 70 overall, 21 years of age, but we do have Hunter Jones. That's not really a biggie right now. Getting a lot of trade offers. That's what I'm kind of looking for at this point. Just a lot of trade offers so that maybe we can finagle something out of a team. Now, that's a pretty big package from Montreal. They want a center who's not even signed to a contract extension for 2 first-round draft picks. They could be pretty bad first-round draft picks. But let's dance, Montreal. Let's talk about it. I know we're pretty early into the season. Is there anybody on the block? Nah, I'm not feeling that at this very moment, Montreal. Obviously, I do want those first-round picks, but we can wait off for something better. Or maybe later in the season. Maybe we just get a few games with Mayhew, see how he produces, because that might be a guy we just keep on the team and not even trade. So we are here. The 2020-2021 NHL season is upon us. The preseason is over, so let's sim a month. See how this team does over 1 month calendar. Okay, here we go. Starting the season off against Chicago. 2-1 regulation loss. That is 2 straight. Boston and Chicago. Cool. Arizona. Oh my God. Tampa Bay. Oh my God. We are losing left and right. Nashville. Mayhew for Luco. Nah, I'm good. I'm looking for elite prospects right now. Okay, let's go to the... I do believe we just won our first regulation game of the season, which is sick. Ooh, Alexei Petrangelov. Ooh, that he is going to be a stud. I know how most of these guys are. So maybe we revamp the scouting staff pretty soon. I mean, McCollum, a center. We are looking for a center this year. Lou McCollum might be the guy. He's looking quite young. I mean, he's not looking quite young. He is young. He's playing in a men's league. He's playing in the La Liga. A+ competition. He's putting up a point per game. That's not something you see. I've never seen that, but McCollum. That is a guy that I will keep my eyes on. You don't just put a point per game as an 18-year-old in a men's league. That's not how that works. No. Tarasov, no good. I don't want that. Valtteri Filppula. Detroit, you're a dumpster fire in this franchise mode too. Oh my god. Speaking of dumpster fires. A first from... No, I'll wait on that. Oh my god. How do we finish the first month? 2-9-0. Kaprizov has 7 goals, though. 9 points. We're not scoring a lot of goals, and he might be the most positive part of this team. Are we the worst in the NHL? We have 4... We're tied for last in the league with 1 game at hand on the Kings. Oh my god. We've been so bad, but the Wings... And okay, let's check out our draft picks. I should have wrote them down, but let's check out how our draft picks are holding up so far. Obviously ours. Okay. Colorado seems to be doing pretty well, but New York maybe, Dallas maybe, Vancouver maybe. Okay, we are 1 month down. Let's check out the stats. Maybe optimize a few guys so they're getting the best time. I mean, okay. Kaprizov 9 points. It might be the goaltending. It might be goaltending. Yikes. Kevin Fiala, no goals, -11. Zach Parise, -6. 4 goals, though. Greenway with 4 goals. Donato, Mayhew with 3 points. Yikes. There's we've been bad. Yikes. The guys that I want to see producing aren't producing the best. I mean Kaprizov's leading this team. Second liner now. Yeah, he's the guy right now. Everything else is just kind of hard to look at. Matt Dumba, 7 points. He is a -10, though. Having a great season. Tied for first on this team in points. Pattern, 5 points. Explain that to me. Hinola, did he drop? He might have. Okay, -13. That's not good. Ryan Sutter, -9. So we're just not a good team. We're not a good team. We're just not a good team. Goaltending, this is going to be fun to look at. Linus Ullmark, I'm so sorry, man. You should not have signed that contract here in Minnesota. I feel so bad. Our backup's doing better, and he's played 7 games. He must have been pulled for a few. That sucks, but let's go to the entire league, see how everything else is shaping up. Maybe Kaprizov contends for a Calder. Maybe even the most goals in the... Okay, Connor McDavid, 22 points in 13 games. His compadre in Leon Draisaitl has 20. Stamkos, Patrick Kane, McKinnon, they're all lighting up the league. So, Stamkos with 11 goals in 11 games. Tampa Bay is just a good team. Kaprizov is right there, though. A few games on hands with McKinnon, McDavid, Kane. He could come for that trophy. Okay. Defense, who's leading that category? Oliver Ekman-Larsson, they're tied for points, but OEL has the best plus-minus there, so it's going to him as it currently stands. Goaltending, Robin Lehner is 9-0-2. It's his Chicago. My God. Wow. Rookie skaters, currently Dmytro Timashov. That's... I've never seen that before. I wonder if he'll stay at the same pace throughout the rest of the season. He's 24. Kaprizov is 23, but I'm hoping Kaprizov can maybe pull in a trophy or two this year. That would be sick. So 2-9-0 after 11 games. Maybe the next month we just keep the tank going. We're looking at if we finish bottom in the league. The worst case scenario is the 4th overall pick with that McCullum kid, and he is looking sick. He's looking sick. So let's go up through the second month of play. Hello November, I guess. We get a W, and the coach wants to talk to us. I'm sorry, dude. No, we disagree. I'm disagreeing with you. We do not need veterans on this team at this point in time. You need to shape the young guys into veterans. So a few wins here against Metropolitan Division teams. Get shut out by Vancouver. St. Louis, a W. So turning it around here. 2 straight victories. New Jersey's a dumpster fire. Why would we want James Neal? Edmonton, get out of here. You're on crack. Buffalo, okay, a few wins in a row here. Okay, and we lose. We get stomped. And then we shut out. What the hell is going on here? 8-12-0, turning it around. I can't even say turning it around here in November. No, I'm not doing that trade. Okay, wow, we won 3 straight games there. Oh my God, what the hell is going on, Minnesota? I thought we were sticking to the tank. I thought we're 500, guys. We're 500. You ruined the tank. Who did it? I mean, Kaprizov. Oh my God, Kaprizov has 24 goals. Oh man, 24 goals. 24. Okay. Let's see where we place amongst the bottom teams. Okay, we are currently. Oh no. Okay, we are currently 26 points. That is 11 points in front of Detroit, but not that far out of a bottom 3 pick. Okay. So it seems like Kaprizov is leading this team. 24 freaking goals. I'll say it again. 24 freaking goals. Our plus minus has gotten better around the board. He has to be leading in the goal category right now. That pace is insane. Parise is having a fantastic season. Greenway's having a pretty good season. Is he growing a little bit? He's still 82, not too shabby. Mayhew, might have to trade him. That is a guy we can look to trade, a prospect around the deadline. Kevin Fiala's not doing too shabby. Kunin, not too shabby as well. Ryan Donato, 12 points. Could be better. Wayne Simmons, 11 points. Trade deadline move, potentially. Ryan Reeves is 26 penalty minutes. How many fighting majors? Can I find that out? Is that a stat that is available to me? Fighting majors? Fights. That's not a thing that they give you? Really? Oh, come on, game. I don't ask for much. When Ryan Reeves is on the ice, I want to know how many faces he's pummeling. Defense. Matt Dumba is having a great season. If we were a good team right now, he would be a Norris contender. Easily. 24 points, almost a point per game as a defenseman is nuts. Ryan Sutter is having a fantastic season. These two are pulling their weight. Okay, Hanola, still a 78 overall. Maybe we send him to the AHL. That is a thing that we could potentially do. Pattern, Goodbranson, not great. Radko Gudas with 2. Goaltending, has it gotten better? I'm assuming it's gotten better. I mean, Allmark's gotten better. He's almost a 500 goalie. And the 66 overall goalie has 1 shutout, and is 5-4-0. EA, fix your goddamn game. Please. Okay, let's check the entire league stats out. I do want to see if Kaprizov is leading the way. That is a thing that I want to see. Bobrovsky, currently, I would give it to, Bobrovsky right now. 17-5-1, 2 shutouts, 922 and 229 goals against. It's his right now. Defense, 27 points for Carlson. It's probably Shabbat's right now just because of his plus-minus. Rookie skaters, let's check out, he's leading the way now. Oh, I love to see that, Kaprizov, you beauty. Oh, the Russian machine never breaks. Who's leading the league in points? Nathan McKinnon with 36. Actually, a 3-way tie there. Everybody's pretty close. I mean, Kaprizov is right there. Who's leading in goals? Oh, the rookie, Kirill Kaprizov, 5'10", coming over from the KHL, 122 shots. He is leading Minnesota. He's leading them. He's 3 ahead of Stamkos. Oh my God. So we're a good team. And I do want to check the AHL stats real quick. We're a 500 team now after a 2-9-0 start in October. Matthew Boldy's having a good season. Ferk's having a good season. Raymond, 78 overall. He's now a 4th-line forward. Hoglander's up to a 79. Okay, Boris, 69 overall. Nice. Anybody else noticeable here? Okay, actually, let's go from forwards. I do want to keep more track of my AHL squad. I mean, Duar, he was a 7. Yeah. Eriksson? He's still a 66. Defense. Okay. Mironov has 7 points, which isn't too shabby. He's a plus player. 78 overall, so he's going up slowly. That is big. We need him to get better quickly if we want to be a good team soon. Goaltending? I mean, yeah, Iowa looks to be 16-4-3. They're doing pretty good. Now, do we go one more month? I think we go one more month. Let's go one more month in this video and see where we finish. Okay, one more month. See if this team keeps going. Kirill Kaprizov is dominating the league. That's another regulation win. Vancouver. I mean, let's check the draft. Let's check the draft. Let's see. McCollum. Oh my God. This kid. What? 24 points in 26 games in La Liga? This guy has to be some crazy overall. That you don't just dominate a men's league being 18. That's nuts. I like him very much so. I want him. That's a few... Minnesota! What's going on? The Minnesota! It's all Kaprizov. Guys! The tank! Remember the tank? You want me... You'd have to give me 7 first-round picks, Buffalo. Funny. You're real funny. And another regulation win! We're beating all the West teams. Oh, wow. You gave a big package for Kaprizov. No, you'd have to give me, like, McDavid at this point. Toffoli, no thank you. We lose 1. Are we going to fall back down to 500? No, Buffalo. Well, how's your first this year? 14-3-6. How are our firsts this year? How are they turning out so far? Vancouver. So Vancouver and Minnesota, Dallas maybe, and these 3 picks might be expendable. Buffalo. Buffalo. Maybe. Skinner, I don't like, but we could totally flip him to a team. 2 straight losses there, and we pick up an OT win, and then we lose 1. Are we a 500 team at the end of December? So 2 seconds to Los Angeles for Tyler Toffoli to Vegas. Okay, cool, Vegas. Do what you need to do. He was actually traded IRL to Vancouver. 2 more games before the end of December. Mayhew to Tampa Bay. How's Tampa Bay doing this year? 20. No, they're a playoff team. No, thank you. I'm getting 2 firsts for Mayhew. You book it. So we shut out the Islanders. 37 goals. Dude, are we pushing for a playoff spot? I mean, we're 1 point out of a playoff spot. The hell, Kaprizov? You're ruining the tank, man. 1 month we were 2-9-0. You're ruining the tank, but I love you so much. I love you. You're up to an 84. Oh, man, oh, man. I like him. Oh, he's winning awards this year. Are you kidding me? Personally, I think Mayhew needs to go while his value is there. Personally, if we want to miss the playoffs and maybe get a lottery pick this year, that might be the best option. But we can totally push for a playoff spot. We're in that position now that we're winning that many games that we can do that. And Kunin and Parise and Greenway are having good seasons. But Kaprizov is the man right now. 17 power play goals. He would still be leading this team in goals if you took away his power play goals. That's insane to me. Donato, I mean, after Donato, it kind of drops off. So, I mean, ooh, okay. Matt freaking Dumba. Sutter's having a great season. So these 2 players are great together. I mean, Sutter staying at an 89 overall. Hanola, has he gotten better? 78? Nope. Cool, that's good to see. Goaltending. So they both got worse, but how? How is that possible? You're 7-7, and you're friggin' 66 overall goalie. You should not be doing that good. Okay, but the entire league. The real question is Kaprizov leading in some category? Bobrovsky, it's his trophy right now. He's dominating. There's no question about that. Rookie skaters. Oh, he's 22 points ahead of the next best guy. He could stop playing right now. Hey, nobody's going to catch him. Okay, defense. Carlson. I mean, Dumba is up there, but currently it's Cale Makar. Yikes, he's a beauty. 90 overall. Yeah, I get that. But, real question is, entire league. Kaprizov is leading the league in points? Are you freaking kidding me? He's the sole reason. If you take him away, what are we? What are we? Like, no, are you kidding me? I mean, he has 4 games. He's 4 games ahead of Scheifele, so it's kind of Scheifele's trophy right now. But, goals. Oh my God. He's destroying the league, and there's no question he's running away with so many trophies this season. Kaprizov, you're ruining the tank, man. You're ruining the tank. But man, oh man. Are you going to single-handedly bring Minnesota back to the playoffs? That is a huge question. But I think an even bigger question is, do we trade Gerald Mayhew next episode? With his trade value, with a lot of centermans coming up into the lineup very soon, and Mayhew's not having the best season. I don't know if he's going to be the best player going forward. Do we go ahead, make a trade, maybe get 2 firsts out of it? That is the potential. The trade deadline is about a month away. We're a 500 team. We are 1 point out of the playoffs. I want to hear what you guys have to say. I'm not sure if I'm going to record the next episode afterwards, but obviously I always want to hear what you guys say. And before we end the episode, thank you guys so much for the support. You guys are coming out in droves, and you guys are liking and subscribing. I'm at 212. Literally a week ago, I was at 181. I hit 200 way before the end of February. So I want to thank everybody who's supporting, telling people that hey, this is a series, you guys want to check it out, and that goes a long way. Seeing you guys come up and just hey, I really enjoyed that. It was awesome. It makes this whole thing worth it. It makes staying up until 2:16 a.m. worth it. Thank you very much. If you've enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment, share with people who you think may enjoy this sort of thing. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.